Um,
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our discussion today. We're trying out a lot of things. You all know I've used StreamYard before, but I'm trying to get back to StreamYard again so we can do this. So we are here today with
you're muted.
You're muted. Yes.
you see what I'm saying? It just unmuted me on its own. But please bear us, and I hope we're going to be able to do this well. All right. Today, we're talking about insecurity in Nigeria, okay? The insecurity that is going on in Nigeria and the killings, the kidnappings, the action of the government, just so much news coming out of Nigeria every minute. It's not like you're just dealing with the one you heard yesterday or early in the morning. By afternoon, it's expired. There's something else. So we just said, come, I want to hear how this is affecting women, because those who still consider themselves as women, because in this Obodo Igbo way we did, sometimes we don't understand anymore, but people who still identify as women and feel like women, I wanted to get a perspective of I want to get their take in all of this, because these are professionals, these are mothers, these are business people who have to, they are out there in the space, they are out there in the political space, they're out there in the economic space. They know what is going on. How are they able to deal with this? Susan, I'm going to start with you. You are out there, you're a media professional. You've covered Nigeria for so many years. You worked with NTA, and you have your own
You're muted again.
So you're there in the media space. You're there in the media space. I want you to tell us how does this filter to you? How are you processing this whole thing that you're hearing coming out of Nigeria?
If I'm going to speak as a woman, it's going to be different. Well, if I spoke as a human being first, because
Go ahead.
anybody who is a human being, when we say this person is a human being, we're assuming that you have a heart, that you can empathize with people, that you can sympathize with people, that you can feel other people's emotions and pain. So, of course, as a Nigerian living in London, it is heartbreaking to wake up every day. It's like before your process one bad news, another one is unfolding. So for me as a human being, it is heartbreaking. For me as a human being, it is heart wrenching. It is a disappointment. A country with so much potential to be the best, to be the greatest on the African continent, just went on a nosedive and just keeps going. And it's almost as though no one is listening. It's almost as though it's been cursed. It's almost as though it was designed, to happen. And it feels as the international community is watching to see it finally crash, because and as a woman, mother, of course, it's nobody wants to see war. Nobody wants to see killings. Nobody. But as a woman who births children, we have that innate ability to be able to connect with, other people naturally, especially when you see so much pain, so much death, so much injury, so much, you see people, ordinary people who haven't signed for are on a daily basis injured, killed and injured. As a woman, it is something that I don't want to see. It is something that I don't want to experience. I have heard my mom talk about the Biafra War. I wasn't born then, but listening to her stories, I know what a terrible time it was for her. as a woman. And so, how else can you explain it? All you need to be is to be a human being, not even being a woman. You just have to be a human being who has a heart. You know, because from what we've seen so far, it looks like the present administration are some kind of zombies or some kind of robots who just doesn't feel. They don't understand. They don't feel the temperature in the country. Unless, of course, it is something that happens to a certain group of people from the north, then you see them say something or react. You know, because as a human being, I'm a Nigerian. I'm living in London. Even if something happens, if I was walking down the street and something happened to a Chinese man, regardless, if something happened to a someone from anywhere around the world that doesn't particularly look like my skin tone or have my African Afro hair, the first thing as a human being is to try to do something about it because it is another human being. That's what separates us from the so-called wild animals, you know. But we're beginning to see tendencies of displayed by so-called human beings in Nigeria, who are the helm of affairs in Nigeria, begin to behave as animals. In fact, some animals have been able to show more empathy to their own kind and even other creatures when they see them in trouble. We have seen videos like that. But Buhari's administration and the people that make up the administration are beginning to come across as people who have sold their souls to the devil. They have no empathy. They feel nothing for what is going on in the country. And so, what else can I say? I have to express myself first as a human being before even talking about being a woman.
Yes, thank you so much, Susan. Now, I want us to realize what I'm saying here. I don't want to, when I say a woman, is because a lot of times you see that the principal actors in this thing, I mean, it's not you don't need rocket science to see it. The principal actors in this whole thing are usually the men folk. They are the ones that are there. They take the decision, they get angry, they do things, and then all of us have to suffer. And a lot of times it is the women that have to do the damage control. The man who didn't think, who acted out of anger, goes there, gets wounded or it messes up. They come back. It's the woman that has to now say, I was telling you, I wish you had listened to me. The kids get traumatized. Who do they run to first? They run to the woman. So when I'm saying that, it is for me to make our men folk actually pause and listen to the women folk, because when so that's what I want us to understand. I'm not putting women in a position, in a second class position, but trying to say that it looks like we are not giving attention to that power and to that constituency and what they are doing, because they seem to be more stable. And I know this all the time. Unless you're not wise, you will understand that women are more stable. Women are more like they can capture everything that is going on.
We're
more
easy
than
to capture
men.
the emotions of what
Exactly.
is going on. But
Exactly.
need I say add that, to be honest with you, because it's a men messing up things in Nigeria doesn't mean that men are incapable of doing things right. Yes, I do understand, because when I was watching a video and there were loads of men in a particular situation and it was about to become chaotic, and I was saying to the person sitting next to me that looking at all these men, I just realized how men, the male gender, are like wild animals. It is just one little one person would do a particular thing, and there's so much energy, so much masculinity in that environment. There was not one single woman in that video, and I just realized the potential of everything going awry, the potential of violence just erupting all of a sudden in that kind of situation, which is, of course, we understand that. But when it comes to the context of what we're talking about, regardless of whether it's a man or a woman, what we have are people who are inept, people who don't understand, or people who lack integrity and honor. Because they lack integrity and honor, we understand that some of them have found themselves in a situation they did not foresee. But because they lack integrity, because they lack honor, they cannot step out and say, I wash my hands off this situation. If I cannot do anything about it, then I'm not going to be part of it. One of those people I will mention is the Vice President Osibanjo of Nigeria. I mean, this man was a pastor in the Redeemed Church. This man is a learned man, a son for that matter. So one would expect that if he went into it with a different kind of mindset, thinking he could do something about it, he could change, he could bring about some kind of meaningful contribution that will bring positive change to Nigeria. But then he finds himself that his hands are tied. What is the honorable thing to do? The honorable thing to do is to resign, is to say, I do not want to be part of this thing. But he has shown that he lacks integrity, he lacks honor, he lacks the courage to step up and say that I'm not going to be part of this situation. If Osibajo wakes up today and say that I am putting in my resignation because I cannot stand for the killings happening in the East, the same language that Muhammadu Buhari wants to speak to the Easterners in a language that they understand, he should speak the same language to the bandits, to the Boko Haram, to the kidnappers in the north, in the northeast, and then we can understand. Then we will be with him. Okay, nobody wants violence. Nobody wants violence. So regardless of whether it's a woman, in this context, I still want to say that, yes, as women, we're innately built to understand emotion, to be intuitive, to be able to connect to the feelings and emotions of others. But still, you look around the world, where else do you see what is going on in Nigeria? There are men all over the world that take leadership positions and are able to come through for their people. Go to Rwanda. Paul Kagame is a man. Paul Kagame is able to speak. This is a country that was ravaged with war just a few decades ago. And look at what is happening in Rwanda today. What we have in Nigeria are ineptitudes, are failures, are dishonorable people calling themselves honorable people, are thieves and robbers.
Thank you, Susan. Now, Erica, you're usually on the other side, so now I'm putting you on the spot. Thank you for agreeing to participate. Now, you are always online. You scout for all this news. You see them happening live. We follow the news 24 hours. You have to sift through videos, whether you like it or not. Now, when all these things just keep coming in and keep hitting you, hitting your screen, hitting your DMs from a lot of people around the world about Nigeria. In fact, sometimes people don't even know that we get news about Nigeria more from people outside Nigeria than we get it from people inside Nigeria. But
yes,
notwithstanding, you have to deal with this thing. How does this affect you? What do you have to say concerning all of this things that keep pouring in from Nigeria? How does all this news make you feel? How does it affect you?
can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Me personally, honestly, I'm just going to speak for myself. It has affected my mental health, and I'm just going to be blunt about it. It has really affected my mental health. In the days that have come, the months that have passed by, I have never seen as much dead bodies on the internet, like, as I have seen so far. I have never seen, like, Nigeria has become, there's no value for life in Nigeria. So, I see things, and it just, what it makes me it has kind of hardened me. You kind of become almost immune to a dead body. Long ago, there was a time where you see a dead body and the whole town is running helter skelter. But now, with social media and technology, when there's something happening, like Susan, what you just mentioned, assuming someone falls falls down somewhere, collapses. I'm just comparing this to the Western world. Here, you would call 911. Someone will rush to resuscitate him. But in Nigeria, the first thing people do is to pull out their cell phones or their whatever devices and start recording. No first aid, no CPR, nothing, no calling ambulance, no trying to help the person. It is so absurd. I don't even understand. So I think it has really taken a toll on my mental health. That's for sure. I have suffered, certain things. Like 2020 was a terrible, terrible year for me, Chidi. It was a terrible year, you know, um, health wise for me because of all these things happening. But you have to keep on going. The news comes out, spills out every minute. Apart from the fact that I'm a mom and I have to take care of the family, I have to be cooking and taking care of the house. I'm constantly looking at my devices, looking at news, keeping up with what's happening. And like Susan said, honestly, Nigeria is, I don't even know the right words for that place. You're talking about the vice president of Osibanjo. So then let me tell you, this is my view. Osibanjo, it's not as if he doesn't see what is happening. His hands are tied. And the minute he opens his mouth to say he's resigning, he knows that's the end of his life. All those people in the whole setup, it's like a cult. You're in it. Even if you're tired of it, you can't pull out. You have to stay till the end. You know what happens in a cult if you pull out? That's it for you. If you're lucky, you have your life and you run. If you're not lucky, that's it. So all these people are inside there. Really, they don't care about the common man. You see people, keke driver, bus driver, market woman killed by stray bullet. Like, the common man in Nigeria is nothing. So it's like everybody dies and they don't be videoing their body showing. I'm like, what is happening? It's terrible. So as a woman, like Dr. Chidi said, I think we have a way of putting things together. We can multitask and all that. So we have a way of just packaging things and compact. What is the word now? Putting them in different compartments. So I think that's, but it's amazing. Like in Nigeria, you don't see a lot of women speaking up in Nigeria. What did your president's wife say? Long time ago, she said, guys, I'm warning you guys, my husband is not in charge. Some powerful people have taken over. You better come and take back your country. She said it in the past and he was like, oh, but it was deeper than that. She knows a lot of things, but she can't really talk. Because just like the VP, her hands are tied. It's unfortunate. It's a very sad situation. Very, very sad situation. And I think now people should be speaking up more. Like I can understand people in Nigeria, especially women. We in diaspora, we should be speaking up. Pull out your phone, whatever device you have, speak, talk against the ills going on in Nigeria. Just keep talking about it. One day, the international community will decide, okay, Nigeria, your cup is full. We're going to turn our eyes on you. So we didn't have time for you before, but right now we're going to turn our eyes on you. It's a terrible situation. It's really, really terrible.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Erica. You see, where do I even start? Okay, let's talk about June 12th. June 12th is coming up. And a lot of people have asked for demonstration. We are planning a demonstration here in Canada, and the demonstration is being planned in Nigeria. And a lot of people keep saying, no, don't let people come out to the streets. They're going to be harmed. Don't do that. Don't do that. I want you guys to touch on it. We know it has been proven that there's no way this government will yield to soft talk and all these kind of things, except you challenge them. You must confront them. So,
absolutely.
In fact, my brother sent me something that people are parading around. They're asking for a sit-down protest. And then when I started dialoguing with him back and forth, he said, no. The reason is because when people come out, they'll be killed. When they killed these 20 people in this place, let me Ganga in Lagos, I sent him that picture. I said, these people were not protesting. They were not even on this. They were sleeping when they came.
I think that was your state.
Okay. Now, when there's a protest, it's amazing that now we talk about dead bodies and we look at the number. They become numbers. With due respect to people who are killed, when you come out to protest, they will kill fewer people than they will kill people who are not even coming out to protest. From the beginning of this month, we are now on the 6th of June. From the 1st of June to the 6th of June, I kid you not, they may have killed more than 200, what am I saying? Close to 300
Absolutely, much
people
more than that.
have been killed in Nigeria. They will not kill 300 people in a protest. So let us talk. Susan, I want to get your view on that. Do you think people should come out and protest, or do you think we should succumb to fear and not come out to protest?
The truth of the matter is, sit at home would be a good strategy in a civilized setup. Okay? In a situation where the government have ears, they're listening, they have conscience, they have integrity, they have honor, they listen, they react, they're active to the people, and they're responsible to the people. Sit at home will work. But of course, I still understand the fears of the people who say, don't come out, because we all saw what happened at Lekki. Okay? So now we're between the devil and the deep blue sea. Which one do we choose? Because any which way you go, you will die. Okay? When I was a lot younger, I will tell you the truth. I was fearless, and I will not care if someone else was shot next to me. I will come out when there's something that needs me to stand up for. That's the sort of person I am. There are people like me. Now, as a mother, I will consider a lot of things before I get up, if I was in Nigeria, to say that I'm going to go back and take to the streets after seeing what happened at Lekki, and with all the lies that have surrounded and and enveloped the whole situation. You know? So yes, there are people who will be hesitant to say they're going to come out again, because for some reason, Black people and Nigerians don't know how to stick up for people who lay their lives down for them, for their own freedom and liberty. But having said so, we're at the brink. We're at a point where it's a point of no return. Everybody can see the disaster Nigeria has become. Okay, it's just about to crash. It's been nosediving and it's about to crash. So what options are we left with right now? Are we going to allow these people to continue in the form that they have carried on and called us cowards and called us idiots, cowards, basically? Because what they do all sorts of things and get away with it because they consider Nigerians to be cowards. Okay, the truth is there are people who are like me. There are people who are not scared to come out. The truth is people are going to get killed. And the truth is, even if you don't come out, they're going to continue killing us. They will kill you in your home. They will kill you in the buses. They'll kill you in the taxi. They will kidnap you. They will set you up. They have set up the society in such a way that we're like a disease inside the body eating up ourselves. Instead of us to galvanize and come together and go and deal with the people in positions of authority who have stolen our commonwealth, we are now kidnapping poor people like us and asking them for ridiculous amounts of money. Okay? So the situation is between the devil and the deep blue sea. Choose one.
That's right. That's right.
The kind of Buhari we have, people are going to die, and people will die in large numbers.
I like it. It says the kind of Buhari we have so many of them, but the one we're dealing with right now, I get you. Now, Erica,
people are going to die. So the truth of the matter is, we have to take the bull by the horn. We have to get up. We have to be brave about it. We should make a decision. And if, like you said, the truth is, the Nigerian army is not as fortified and as large a number as the rest of us.
Yeah,
what we need is courage. What we need is courage. The courage to get up and understand that nobody is leaving their house knowing whether it's going to be me who is shot at today.
Let me tell you something, Susan.
We must sacrifice.
Let me tell you something, Susan. You see, something that you just said now is this. It is the people who don't realize the power that they have. When the Nigerian army or the police or any of the security forces want to engage you, when they see a crowd, let me tell you why they are pulled back. Because in that crowd, that's why they say you don't throw a stone in the marketplace, because you don't know whose head is going to land on. It could land on your brother or your sister or your neighbor's head, and then you'll be in trouble. So when they see a large crowd, they know that this crowd is made up of people from different places. They could shoot, and then they'll see in the news that they shot their brother or their sister. So that's what makes them not to attack that large crowd. But when they see a small crowd, They'll say, no, this, because they are few, it must be people of a certain organization or a certain group, so they can shoot at them. So the secret to defeating the military or anybody who comes after you is the numbers. Now, Erica, a lot of people in the diaspora think, oh, this is a Nigerian issue. We can just sit down at home, eat pizza and burger, and then when we finish with a piece of burger in one mouth, and then our cell phone on the other side, we'll be attacking like we are, we are internet lions, but we are just pussycats in our houses. Okay, I want us to address these people. They say there is no need to come out to protest, or when you call out for protest, like we have seen happen a lot of times, we have hundreds of thousands of Nigerians, but only a handful keeps answering this call to protest. Now, Eric, I want you to speak to these people. Are they what do you think is the matter with them? Can you help me understand why people would sit down and not want to come out and protest? Let me help you here. A lot of them think about their job. They think about what their neighbors will say. I don't know which other things they are thinking about. But I want to speak to this issue: why people will not come out when they are called to protest outside Nigeria.
Unfortunately, Dr. Chidi, the fact is, most of these people that don't come out, most of these people that you don't see, they don't care. They are relocated. Most of them have signed off from Nigeria. They don't care. They have their kids here. They have their family here. They don't care. Like, why should they care? They don't care. So you tell them everything you tell them. They just look at you like, why are you wasting your time? They don't care. Nigeria has become, I don't know. I just don't know the word. They don't care. They don't care. No matter how you shout at them, like, okay, we've escaped this Nigeria. Why should I kill myself? Why should I kill myself? Some of them don't even have family back home anymore. So why should they kill themselves? They're in a good place, an organized society where things are working the way they should. They have their jobs. They have their everything. Good health care. Why should they care? They don't care. So you won't see them come out. No matter how you shout, it's the same little number that you see coming out for protests that keep coming out. It has happened over and over and over. And I've analyzed it and seen that the fact is that they don't care. Nigeria can turn you into a stone. Like you really, really, really don't care.
But is it the right thing to do? Or
of course it's not the right thing to do, but at some point, these people just get tired. And like Susan said, in Nigeria, you come out to protest, you die. If you don't come out to protest, you still die. You either die in the hospital, or you die on the road, or you die somewhere, or armed robbers or kidnappers. It's unfortunate. You talk to them as you keep shouting, please come out to protest. But I've seen it time and time over again. The same thing keeps happening. I keep asking a few people. I sample people's opinions. Why are you not coming out to protest? Why are you not interested? Why are you not talking about this? They say, why? Why should I bother? Niger? I don't have time. When everything is settled for me here, why should I bother myself with that place? So it's unfortunate. We hope that people will come out. We hope that people will raise their voices and, protest. Just come out and lend your voice to this. But only the ones that will come out. It's also unfortunate.
Dr. Erica, you're right when you said people don't care. There are people who don't care.
Of course.
And there are people.
Majority of people in the diaspora. Like, why should they crack their head? Why? Give me a reason why.
Let me tell you, a lot of people in diaspora who have left Nigeria left with a lot of animosity against Nigeria.
Of course.
Left with so much pain in their heart against Nigeria.
Yeah.
Left with so much anger against Nigeria. One of the reasons why we will have this apathy towards Nigeria is because there was never a time there was a nationhood. There was a spirit of nationhood in Nigeria. We never once upon a time, yes, when we're growing up, we say proudly Nigerian. We say proudly Nigerian because at the time we have a few people doing, marvelous things at the international stage, and then they make us proud, and we are proud to identify with them. The national football team will go out and they do things, and we want people
Absolutely.
like to identify with success stories.
Yes,
but the real truth is that There was never a time that Nigeria was a nation. There was never a time I woke up whilst I was in Nigeria and felt I'm Nigerian today. I first felt like I was a Calabari girl. I was a proud Calabari girl. Then I am an Ijo girl. Then I am a South South girl. Then, of course, as we go up and up, we begin to identify more with the East and Southeast and so on and so forth.
Yes.
There was never a time nationhood was built. Nobody made an effort to make sure that Nigerians came together and felt like Nigeria belonged to every single human being,
Absolutely.
regardless whether you're Igbo, Yoruba, Ishekiri,
Yes.
Hausa, anybody. You know, it was about who was at Asorok, and whoever was in Asorok, his people will somehow benefit. The only people that I saw that had their person in Asorok and still cried was Jonathan's people. That was the first time I saw an Ijaw man there, and Ijaw people didn't get the benefits of an Ijaw man being in Asorok. Nationhood was never realized, and it will never be realized until these things are addressed.
I
Of
like what
course.
you said. I like what you said now. You know, that opens another whole conversation, because thinking of what you said now, when you were growing up in Nigeria, like my kids, they don't teach them how to be Canadian. Honestly
No,
speaking, they have
they
very
know.
few. They don't focus on, oh, you have to be Canadian. This is how you have to behave. You have to love your flag.
They're
No,
naturally proudly
no, they
Canadians.
just grow up and they see
Yeah.
that they're Canadian and they know
Yes.
they're Canadian. They don't even know they're from Toronto. They just know that they're
Yeah.
Canadian. But I know that in Nigeria, oh my goodness, they had to teach you social study. They had to break your head. They had to, they were forcing it on you. And like you said, the things were switching depending on who was in
Who was
government.
there?
There were
Mhm.
seasons and seasons, and then they would change the national anthem, then they would change the flag, then they would change the name of a place, then they would ban this one. So you never really understood what you were and who you were. So you just, the only ones you held on to was where you were coming from. At least that one is the one you're sure of.
Of course. Of
Your
course.
soup, the soup of your people and the way your people. Those were the things.
Sorry, I'll take you on that, Dr. Chidi. Exactly what you said. Growing up, I just knew myself as an Igbo girl, a proud Igbo girl. I wanted to know how to cook our food, how to speak our languages, everything. Even now in Canada, we teach our kids. They go to Igbo school. I'm so proud of it. I hold on tenaciously to it. I didn't have this feeling of like Susan said, feeling much more than that. You just hold on to what you are. I'm an Igbo girl, and I'll remain that no matter what.
Okay, so now that's why I wanted to talk to women too. You may not understand it. The angles that you guys are looking at these things are those angles that people sometimes overlook. Okay, this thing you just brought out now, that is the truth. That is the truth. I realized that, oh my goodness, this feeling of Nigeria, it's just that we found ourselves together and we are trying to exist under that entity. But it's always the citizenry who are making every effort to coexist in
Yes.
Nigeria. But the leadership is always poking something at that effort, always attacking that effort, always doing something that is making you not interested in that effort that the citizenry is making. And now let me now point us to the fact that a lot of people, since we are discussing this, a lot of people seem to think that, oh, you're being tribalistic when you just say, oh, I'm a proud Kalabari girl, I'm a proud Igbo girl, I'm a proud Yoruba girl, but I'm a proud Hausa girl, even I'm a proud Fulani person. Because let me tell you something, it is not 100% Fulani people that are bad. I remember the Fulani people that I grew up seeing in our area who would do their hair and put lipstick. They never bothered anybody. They never did anything until we started. Somebody gave them AK-47. So when people see you identifying and being proud of who you are and where you come from, they say, this guy, you're being very simple-minded. You're just being tribalistic. What do you have to say about that, Susan?
They have a point. They have a point when they say that you're simple-minded. I'll give you an example. Just yesterday, I was thinking, when I left Nigeria, I knew that things were not going to be as good as it was, even before the moment Buhari was elected. I had that intuition. I knew it. And I wasn't interested in Nigeria anymore from that moment, even whilst I was still in Nigeria. I remember there is an elder statesman who had just passed on. He was like a father to me in the business world. He taught me so much. Dr. George Fente, he's from Bayelsa State, Nembe. A long time ago, when I was trying to invest in properties in Abuja, he kept saying to me, Susan, stop trying to go to Port Harcourt. Come back home. Go and buy land. Go and build in Port Harcourt. Forget Abuja. Do you know what? Just a few days ago, when I heard the voice note of that miserable, what's that his name?
Is it Tafida? What?
Tafid, yes. When I listened to him, then I realized that's proverb that when an elder sits down and sees what an elder sits down and sees, a child will climb up a tree and not see it. Yes. Then I realized, even though I am not core Igbo, I consider myself still Igbo because I've got Igbo blood in me as well. The truth is, I just realized that if push comes to shove, everybody have to go their separate ways. What is going to happen to all the hard work, everything I have put into building back home in Abuja? So somebody is opening their mouth to say that what happened to you in Port Harcourt is going to happen to you in Abuja. So I work so hard to build Abuja. It's not enough that you've taken away the resources from the Niger Delta and everywhere else in Nigeria and built up Abuja. Now, our individual contributions in developing Abuja, you're planning to take it of us. So if something happens, if war, whatever, God forbid, happens, and they have to take, they're not going to look at me and say, you're an Ijaw girl from River State, we're going to leave your property. No. They consider, the people up north consider everyone beyond Lokoja as Igbo, as a, what's that name? Yamiri. Exactly. So you can be simple-minded, but the simple-mindedness is not, it doesn't mean that you're a fool. No. Okay? That is the reality that we live in. From the utterances that we hear people talk about, it pains my heart because I have a lot of wonderful friends from the north. I have a lot of wonderful friends. I spent over 20 years in Abuja. It's natural that I will make a lot of friends who are Hausas, who are mixed with Fulanese. And most of them have been the kindest individuals I have met, the most generous I have met. So it breaks my heart that I have to, for lack of a better word to describe what is going on in Nigeria, I have to keep mentioning sometimes Fulanese or the northern people. Then it puts everyone in the same basket. You know, but that is the reality. That is the truth.
All right. So, Dr. Erica, what do you have to say about people being uncomfortable with you claiming that you like ogbono soup and the egusi soup and you keep talking about it?
Well, the reality is that Nigeria is a marriage that is not working. It's a glaring reality. It's a marriage that is not working. The man is beating his wife, and the wife runs back to her people. My husband is beating me. He beat me yesterday. He beat me day before yesterday. They'll tell her, go back. You're a woman. Go back and endure. Go back and endure. We've been going back and enduring for so many years. Go back and endure. That's exactly what's happening in Nigeria. It's unfortunate. It's sad if people say, oh, you're being tribalistic or this and that, but there's not really been a good union. There's not really been a good union right from time. I feel like we've been played a big 419 right from time. You know, a slow poison, a slow 419. It's been happening. You know, it's been happening. We didn't really understand. Gently, it's been happening. Big 419, big scam. It's unfortunate. It's just not working. It's not working. I'll just say it as it is. It's not working. I don't know what we're going to do about it, but it's just not working. You try and try and try more and more. the Northerners that never used to talk like they used to, that like they talk now, they come out and just say it as it is. You're this, you're that. Once you're not part of them, it's like they don't even, they don't have regard for you if you're not part of them. And they will say it. They don't care. They're up there. You can't do anything to them,
All
And you
right.
look around in the whole leadership. It's just the Northerners, you know what I'm talking about. Northerners, Fulanis, whoever. But you see them, it's just one crop of people that are in charge of everything. Nothing is spread out. You go to the Niger Delta, go to Port Harcourt, look at Port Harcourt, where the oil is coming from. Just look at that place. I remember going to Port Harcourt, spending how many months there, but I just said I can't live in that city. What is happening here? The money of the country is being suctioned from this place, and look at how this place is. Look at the people at the helm of affairs. The same crop of people. You can't do anything. Tell me where Igbos are spread out. Just tell me where we are in Nigeria. Tell me where we are. I will talk for the Igbos. Tell me where we are. You just push us on all the under the table positions. Where are we? We can't talk. Look at what the Southeast governors are doing. All of them have just turned to stooges for these people. Turned to stooges because of what? Money, greed. Honestly, I would say that it is. It's just, they're all just greedy, useless men and women. That's what they all are. I don't care. They are heartless. They are heartless. They don't care about Nigerians, the common man. They don't care. And if you leave them, if we don't talk, if we don't come out to protest, if we are not talking every day, this thing will keep going on and going on. And I'm telling you, it will keep going on and going. Let's see, just draw a map. Draw a map of, or a graph of what's happening, how Nigeria is. I left Nigeria 2007, and the thing is just going down. It's just going down. Nothing is getting better. The people that are being marginalized are continually being marginalized. The people that are grabbing the whole thing are just putting their people more and more, just grabbing it more and more. They're heartless.
Thank you, thank you, Dr. Erica. You know what you guys are saying here, and people have accused me to say, Chidi, let the women talk, stop talking. Okay, but I have to moderate. So please, for the people who are angry with me, I'm just moderating, I'm not talking. So you see, what you guys have just said now, that's the elephant in the room. And you were not prompted to do this. This is you speaking from your heart. And you are people who are on the international scene of things. So you see things like you are like someone on a drone. So for you to be sounding like this, people must understand that it is what it is. That's just the situation in the country. Okay. We're going to be rounding up because I need to join another meeting. I want to really thank both of you for sparing time from your very, very busy schedule to come and join us. Susan, I know you have another show too coming up, and Erica, I know we have another show to do. But I like us in one just rounding up comment to encourage our people to come out on June 12th to just realize that this is the only hope, that is the only right that you still have existing that we can do. This is the only right we can exercise. Every other right we can't exercise it. So please encourage people all over the place. I know there's a protest organized in UK, and Erica, I know there's a protest organized in Canada. And with that, we will come to a close. Susan.
Okay, my final thought would be, I want people to understand that when they say an arranged marriage means that two families come together and say, we're going to marry our families together or our child together. What Nigeria is not an arranged marriage. Nigeria is an abduction, because one part of the country was in the know of what was going on during the amalgamation, the other part did not know. So we were abducted, so to speak, into the formation of Nigeria.
Elopement.
Now, yes. Having said that, with that at the back of our minds, we tried. We tried for the sake of peace. We tried for the sake of brotherliness, to see how we could make the best of that situation to avoid the realities that now face us. Okay? We tried and we tried and it's not working. I want to remind us that for those of us who are still imagining that the international community will come and help us, to wake up from that slumber. Okay? The international community will not come and help us. We are in the dispensation of awakening of Black consciousness. And because we are awakened, the international community understands that we are awakened. Somehow they want to teach us a lesson. The breakdown of Nigeria serves them good. The infighting that is going on in Nigeria serves them good. Okay? The more we fight, the more they're able to come in and take away the resources that only benefits them and not us. So waiting for them to come and solve a situation that they permeated or they created in the first place by installing Muhammad Buhari on us, that is a dream that we should wake up from. Having said so, if the international community is not going to come and help us, there have been different models that have been put forward of how Nigeria is going to come out of this menace. One of them is, recently I met a lady called Augusta Anosike. She's an Igbo lady who lives in America. They run an organization called NINAS that I only came to know about. If you go to my YouTube channel, Africa Rice TV, you will see my interview with Augusta Anosike, where she enumerated the strategies that NINAS is using, the approach that NINAS is using to make sure that we go our separate ways in a peaceful manner. Okay? Now I know that there is the faction of the Nnamdi Kanu where people are so sick and tired, they don't care. They're gonna speak the language that these people understand, which is force, which is violence, because this is what they have put on the rest of Nigeria. Okay? There are ways out of this situation, but we must understand and work with the consciousness that nobody is going to come and take us out of this mess but us. And we're not going to take ourselves out of this mess by sitting at home. You can sit at home when you live in the United Kingdom and you want to protest against your government. You can sit at home in the United States of America or in Canada or any developed society for that matter. Sitting at home in Nigeria at this, as we are on the brink, is not going to solve any situation. Having said that, I am in no way encouraging violence on the streets of Nigeria. We don't want violence, but we need to understand that the power is with the people. We have the numbers. So if we have the courage, if we may shame them and make them understand that we are no cowards, and we have the courage and we step out everywhere in the diaspora and on the continent and in the country of Nigeria and step up and say we're taking to the streets. There is no army in Nigeria that can withstand the numbers that we have. There are just a few of them. They may look that they're a lot because they have the power of the state on their side, but they're just a few of them. And remember, they are human beings. So we will have to take the bull by the horn and understand that sitting at home or being cowardly, behaving cowardly, is not going to take us out of this mess. And of course, people will say that it's easier said than done because you're in the diaspora. Yes, we are in the diaspora, but we also have things to lose. We have put our neck out there, okay, by speaking up.
Okay, thank you so much, Susan. We just have 2 minutes and I'll be on another show. So Erica, your last words.
Yeah, my last words here. Everyone should know that protesting is your basic fundamental rights. No one should tell you otherwise. You have to keep talking. You have to keep protesting. You have to keep agitating. If you're in Nigeria and you can come out, come out. If you're in diaspora and they're coming out, please come out. You have to keep talking. Look, we've passed the stage of negotiating gently, sitting down in board meetings and we have passed that stage. The house is burning now. We have to come out. I really wish NSAS hadn't stopped. That kind of pressure is what we need. Everybody should come out. Everything should come to a halt. Stop. No plane is moving. No gas station is selling fuel. Nothing is happening. Everything stops. No shop is open. Look at the kind of thing that happened when George Floyd was killed. Just everything halts. Everybody come out. Like Susan said, I don't encourage violence. Just protest. Come out and protest. It is your basic fundamental rights.
All right. Thank you very much. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen who are watching, you can see that I seem to have struck a gold mine. This is how I'm going to do it for the coming days.
You're muted.
Muted.
Oh, sorry. And so on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I seem to have struck gold, or actually diamond here. I'm going to continue on this path in the coming days, because whenever I strike on something like this, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do a lot of more impromptu things, and I want to hear from our ladies. Their perspective is always fresh and sharp and unambiguous, just straight to the point. It doesn't matter who likes it or not. So, ladies, thank you so much for coming. Susan, thank you so much. Erica.
Sorry, before you go, please, I want, if you can tell people my YouTube channel so they can
I put it
go
there.
and listen to Augusta Anos CK's interview with me,
yes,
so that
yes.
they understand.
Yeah, sure, guys. The link you're seeing me put, that is Susan's channel, Africa Rise TV. So please go there. That's why I put the link. Just click on the link and it will take you straight to the place. When you go there, you'll see the interview she was talking about, which is relevant to our discussion today. Thank you so much. Also, remember, if you've not subscribed to Worship Media, make sure you subscribe to Worship Media. That's the channel that Erica also represents. So please subscribe to Worship Media, subscribe to Africa Rise TV, and let's continue the conversation going on. Take care, everybody.
Thank you, Dr.
Bye-bye.
Chidi.
Yeah,
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay,
Bye.
bye-bye. Yeah.